Bahamut is widely considered one of the most powerful creatures in the universe. He was neither good nor evil, but nonetheless strove to protect the natural cosmos. A long time ago, the great Dragon King was approached by the original Warriors of Light on their quest to restore the light of the crystals. He was so impressed by their courage, Bahamut granted them a power so they can defeat the four elemental fiends, and then the incarnation of chaos. But Bahamut did not receive in full the praise he desired for his role in the defeat of chaos, so he entertained a more direct approach to defeating the next great threat. He received a vision of a malevolent empire unleashing many demons upon its native world, and decided the only way to quell this incursion was to mount a preemptive attack on the kingdom of Palamecia. Bahamut's allies, Ifrit, Shiva, and Ramu, refused to let him destroy an entire nation for the crimes of one man yet to exist, and banished him from the realm. Palamecia was saved, but the damage had already been done. Many had perished because of the Dragon King's selfish decision to mete out punishment before the transgression, and learning of this only spurred Emperor Matthias Palamecia to commit the very horrors Bahamut sought to prevent. After his banishment, Bahamut lost much of his power and was defeated by the third generation of the Warriors of Light before being made to answer their calls in times of great need. It was the hope of the other summoned creatures that by aiding future Warriors of Light expressly in this manner, Bahamut would come to control his battle-hungry impulses, learning humility and respect for all life. But over time, Bahamut grew even more jealous of his summoner's successes. He despised being grounded in the black and white as a servant to lesser beings, believing the core values of the Warriors of Light to be an impediment to his sworn duty. Thus, he sought to become the most feared, respected, and powerful god in all of existence. Even Kefka, as the god of magic, would pale in comparison to the evil Bahamut was in danger of becoming. As he bided his time with each subsequent generation of the Warriors of Light, destroying enemy after formidable enemy, Bahamut's bloodthirst became ever worse. The Dragon King deliberately led the great calamity known as Genova to the planet Gaia, without care for the tragedies that followed her arrival. The Cetra race could not come even close to learning the truth before they were ultimately driven to extinction. On the planet where a great time-space compression was yet to be initiated by the sorceress Extreme, Bahamut was able to learn the secrets of bending time and space to his will. At times, Bahamut's indignation at the restrictions placed upon him would lead him to actively ally with any who opposed the Warriors of Light, in such instances as crushing the Queen Bronze's enemies in the name of her own greed, or laying waste to the kingdom of Alexandria on behalf of the vain megalomaniac Kuja. Some accounts claim that Bahamut once considered usurping Yevon as the controlling force behind the monster that the people of Spira know as Sin. The recency and veracity of these rumors remains unclear even today. After the fall of Yevon, Bahamut's antagonism grew ever more egregious, as he refused to ally with Vanadiel's Warriors of Light when the chains of Primafia were at risk of being sundered. Though absent from the events preceding the Ocuria race's downfall, Bahamut resurfaced as an accessory to the fell Agiel Thanos' war on Ivalice, thanks to the manipulations of the Ocuria who fancied themselves as gods. Although he assented to the Sea Lightning's struggles against fate, she and her friends had no idea that in his self-centered quest for ultimate power, Bahamut was delving further and further into the depths of depravity, not unlike the great deity Buddha-Velza. With the end of the third astral era of Hydaelyn approaching, Bahamut, foreseeing his fall in battle against the Allegan Emperor, entreated Tiamat to create a primal in his image, which threatened the future of Eorzea. The final step to achieving godhood was for Bahamut to oversee and ensure the final destruction of his counterpart and brother, Shinryu, against whom Bahamut fiercely competed for the throne of the gods. His self-deification complete, Bahamut had finally become the astral god of war. But at the price of all the good and decency that had once remained in him. It was at this very moment he truly became the cosmic terror who shall forevermore be known as the Great Betrayer. The Great Betrayer's first heinous action as the supreme ruler of Eos was to allow Ifrit's fall from grace for turning the other astral gods from Bahamut's dogma of protection through oppression. When the War of the Astrals escalated beyond even the Draconians' control, he again made the foolish choice to destroy an entire world for the sins of one nation. But his attempt to destroy Eos was thwarted by Shiva, Ramu, Leviathan, and Titan. Many millennia later, when the dreaded Star Scourge had nearly begun to take its hold on the planet, Bahamut enacted a plan to eliminate this malady, which involved making a sinner of a saint and a hero of a hypocrite. Abusing the power of Eos' crystal to toy with the planet's time-space continuum, Bahamut cruelly plunged Noctis Lucis Caelum into an endless spiral of death and rebirth for the god of war's own amusement. But in the 14th cycle, the crystal began to reject Bahamut's control, allowing the true king to secure another, brighter future for all. An incensed Bahamut restarted the cycle once more, against the other astrals' admonitions that doing so will seal his doom. Indeed, there was a heavy price to pay for utilizing the crystal's power so maliciously. Without it, Bahamut could no longer control the flow of fate as he pleased. Even the accursed adagium could be extorted by the god of war no longer, in the 15th and final cycle of his vile game. So begins the end of the Great Betrayer, and the dawn of the future.